Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Vanvatitham Gaganasadusham Tattvamadhyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitham Trigunarahitham Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam. Welcome all the viewers who are joining us from all over the world today for this Parashakti Akashic reading. And as everyone is getting ready to experience the Parashakti Akashic reading through the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, we can take a few minutes now to go ahead and subscribe and join as a member of the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. So it's a very simple process. You can just visit Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and you can click the join button next to the subscribe button, and join as a member and have the opportunity to ask your questions live to Parashakti during the Akashic reading in the comment section of the live video. Now let us get started. If you are here, it means existence wants you to be here in this form. You are not an accident. You are an incident. You are a conscious miracle of existence. Existence is trying to express itself through you. Welcome to this sacred spiritual experience, your digital experience of the divine. This may be what you think as your first time in the presence of a divine cosmic being, but this is not the first time this energy has graced the planet Earth. If you are watching this now, it is not a coincidence. This is a cosmic intervention in your life to make you manifest what you want. So how is this possible? How has this worked before? Experience these answers through powerful cognition as referenced from the ancient texts of Hinduism, revived by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism. So let us understand who is Parashakti, the divine cosmic mother. Devi is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness, the cosmic mother. She is the source Shakti. It is her cosmic womb, Brahmanda Yoni, from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in. Source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Parashakti is the main deity of the sacred feminine and the divine consort of Bhagavan Paramashivoham, who is the primordial divinity of Hinduism. And in the words of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself, about the relationship with the mother, first and foremost, relationship with mother. The ability to learn, even the idea to relate, starts with the mother. Mother is too important way to connect with what you think as life. In the Vedic tradition, our rishis were aware your ability to connect with the mother should be directed towards the cosmos. It should inspire, it should awaken your higher consciousness. Connecting with life as mother is the most sweetest, most beautiful, most easiest form to ever connect. And today, out of his extreme love and compassion, the Supreme Concept of Hinduism is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself and gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. So let us understand what is the BHAVASAMADHI darshan, which we will be experiencing today through the Supreme Concept of Hinduism. What is samadhi? Sama is oneness, and adi means source. So samadhi means one with the source, and bhava means attitude or aspect. Bhava samadhi means being one with the source through this aspect, and darshan means to have a glimpse of. In the Vedic tradition, it is used to describe the moment we behold a deity, an avatar, a saint, or an enlightened being, as just seeing such a being can cleanse the karmas of lifetime and leave a deep, lasting transformation to the receiver. Darshan is the powerful, super conscious vibration that is present around an avatar at all times. He simply radiates darshan just as the sun continuously radiates light. The auspicious moment when the receiver is able to catch it becomes the moment of darshan for you, raising you to the next level of super conscious breakthrough. It's like hitting the reset button on your very being. let us understand the science behind the BHAVASAMADHI darshan. The first thing you need to know is the divine cosmic beings are real. They manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened time-space zone, through deities and incarnations, and divine cosmic beings manifest through the Achavataras, the deities, in temples, and through the BHAVASAMADHI darshans, the Nijavataras, the incarnations. BHAVASAMADHI darshan is the science of the Nijavatara, manifesting Paramashiva, the consciousness. It is where formless, the being of Paramashiva, expresses through the Divya Sharira, the light body, and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form, the embodied form, for us to experience that. For example, Devi Parashakti expresses through the being of Rajarajeshwari and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of Devi Meenakshi. The Archavatara, the deity, reflects the consciousness and manifestation being of the superconscious energy. But human beings are not mature enough to receive these higher level experiences from the Archavatara directly. So the avatar, the physical embodied form, comes down to bridge the gap and creates the experience of the superconscious energy in all of us. The BHAVASAMADHI darshan awakens your Kundalini Shakti, which is the latent potential energy in every human being. This influx of superconscious energy visibly slows down the aging process and improves immunity to disease. And during the darshan, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heals, empowers, and transforms our lives. And during the BHAVASAMADHI darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. The mirror neurons activate and process all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing. That is, the entire body can silently and without moving perceive what is happening elsewhere through a process of direct observation, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. The Akashic readings are not predictions. They are readings from the cosmic archive. Beyond space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously. In the dimension of time, starts the past, present, and future. And because Akashic records are stored in the Akasha, the space dimension, there is no past, present, and future. That is why what you call as happened, happening, yet to happen are clearly already recorded. So now let us understand who is the supreme concept who is manifesting Devi Parashakti for each and every one of us to guide us and bless us and to protect us during this pralaya. The supreme concept of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic ancient enlightened new civilizational nation. And the supreme concept of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. The supreme concept of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities as a lifestyle for humanity. And the supreme concept of Hinduism has been ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasanidanam of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvijnana, the Darde Mandala Adinam, has been coronated as the incumbent emperor of the Suri Vamshi Sarangi Samrajam, is the present 293rd Jagadguru Mahasanidanam of the Kailasa Shamala Pita Sarvijnana, is the present Mahamandaleshwar, the supreme spiritual head of the Mahanirvani Akada, the largest apex monastic order. And the supreme concept is also the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Atalakada. present 23rd Guru Mahasanidana of the Dharma Mukti Swarga Paradina, and has been elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders or pontiffs. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revered as a teacher of Hinduism, the most prolific, most viewed, read, and watched, and has authored over 300 books in 3 languages, English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, which have been translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has over 20 million copies of books and articles sold, read, and downloaded, and has over 10,000 hours of discourse delivered, has enriched and enriched over 1 billion lives digitally, and is respected as a commentator of all sacred scriptures, such as the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the Shiva Sutras, the Brahma Sutras, the Yoga Sutras, the Ashtavakra Gita, the Jain Sutras, and many more. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revered, is honored as a leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader, is the reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including the Rudrakanyas, Rudras, Shis, the Chikas, Bhairavas, Bhairavis, and Sanyas, and is the establisher of the world's largest Hindu university, Kailasa Nithyananda University, with satellite campuses in 150 countries, and is the establisher of 1,000 plus Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems, and the founder and reviver of over 100 Satyamitas, and the collector of the largest Hindu library in the world, with 1 million books, 1 million Talmud scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. Now with this, we'll be entering into the demonstration of the extraordinary powers, the extraordinary Shaktis of Paramashivoham Parashakti, demonstrated by the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Nithyananda Yogis, and the Nithyananda Gurukul Balasans. So before this, let us understand what is the science of Diksha. Diksha is the direct transfer of energy from an avatar through initiation. So let us understand this science.
What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together. We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians. I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that. Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment signs. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together. We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians. I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world.
We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem.
Nityanandam, welcome back to your viewers. So now we will be entering into the manifestation of the extraordinary Shaktis. We'll understand first what are the Shaktis and how will we be able to manifest these Shaktis at the end of this program. So during this program, we will all be initiated into manifesting the power of third eye by the Supreme Pontiff Kailasa, who is manifesting Devi Parashakti for each and every one of us. And now we will be witnessing the demonstration of these extraordinary powers. The Balasas, the Nithyananda Yogis, the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff Kailasa will be demonstrating these powers and sharing it with all of us, the experience and results of the extraordinary manifestation of the divine powers awakened in us through the Diksha, the initiation. And in today's BHAVASAMADHI Darshan, as we said, all of us will be receiving this initiation into the third eye awakening and various other powers with the blessings and grace of the Supreme Pontiff. We will be manifesting the power of third eye. The third eye is the cosmic browsing center located between the brows, which upon initiation, one can effortlessly express powers and see through the third eye, just as you would with your normal two eyes. So now let us understand what exactly are the Shaktis and how are they different from Siddhis, which many of us may have heard of. In the Veda-agamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis or divine powers. Manifesting powers or Shaktis are described as a system, method, and science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers. So now let us understand the difference between Shaktis and Siddhis. Shaktis express from the space of enlightenment as a side effect of feeling connection with the divine and high integrity with the Guru. Shaktis are the source of enlightenment. Siddhis, however, are just powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment, and siddhis are only on the path to enlightenment. And the Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings in an extraordinary way after initiation from the avatar. Shaktis are permanent. Siddhis, however, are not permanent, and they may divert you from enlightenment. Paramashiva is the source of Shakti. Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging, beyond time, space, form, and causality, as the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence. He performs the Panchakrityas, or the 5 cosmic acts of Srishti, creation, Siddhi, sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Throbhava, pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, liberating grace for all living beings. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the incarnation, 1008 incarnation of Paramashiva, and the reviver of Kailasa. Ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences. It was where the science of enlightenment was taught and shared with the world. And now, for the first time in modern day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving all of these sciences and sharing it with the world. The knowledge and science of manifesting these Shaktis are passed down from one generation to the next through the Diksha or initiation by the enlightened Gurus. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, being recognized as an incarnation at a very young age, was trained and taught these sciences. Now, how do we awaken these divine Shaktis in us? Manifesting Shaktis. For every ultimate truth, jnana, maps into your consciousness, prajna, manifests as possibility and power of every being, prajnana. Now, let us understand the power of initiation, the diksha, the Supreme Pontiff itself. So these powers are authenticated through 4 aspects of evidence: the Shastra Pramana, the Apta Pramana, the Atma Pramana, the Pratiksha Pramana. The Shastra Pramana is the reference from the source scriptures, and the Apta Pramana is the time-tested and foolproof science verified by the rishis and Vedic scientists, and the Atma Pramana is the account of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, this millennium's avatar. And the Pratiksha Pramana is the experience of the experimental observation done on these sciences. And the Vedagamas are a living applied science. The Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus. The Vedas are pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. The Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology, the applied science is expanded. The Vedas and the Agamas are So now let us get to witness a very unique and exciting demonstration of the power of third eye. So first power that we will be witnessing today is the power of seeing through the third eye. So all of us will be initiated into these extraordinary powers. And the very first power that the Supreme Pontiff initiates everyone is the power of the third eye. And the scriptural reference to manifest the powers of the third eye describes that by fixing the mind on the inner space with the crown center sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind, the inner space through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, the Lakshyan, and the Apta Pramana, where Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of the third eye, describes Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, but you do not see me, my cosmic form, with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore, I grant you divine third eye vision. Behold my cosmic opulence. In the Hindu Purana Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of the third eye to behold Krishna's Vishwarupa, his cosmic form, and the Atma Pramana, the experience of Swamiji himself. In Swamiji's own words, the first experience that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degrees, the 10 directions below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience all of that as me. And the Pratiksha Pramana, the empirical evidence from experimentation and scientific observation, and there was a study conducted on the Supreme Pontiff where they compared the metabolic cell activity of the brain in conscious and meditative states using the PET scan. So it was found that when doing daily activities, the Supreme Pontiff had high activity measured in the brain where the third eye was located. And in deep samadhi state, only the third eye region was active while the rest of the brain was at peace. And the Sakshi Pramana, the experience and results of the extraordinary manifestation happening through the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. This rare sacred science of the third eye awakening being made available to humanity for their ultimate enrichment and conscious evolution by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as a living incarnation of Paramashivoham. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism embodies all the yogic states and has blessed and initiated thousands of disciples across the globe to experience the same powers. So now let us witness the live Sakshi Pramana, the demonstration of the powers of third eye and by the Nithyananda yogis and the Nithyananda Gurukul Balasans. We will be witnessing various powers today, the body scanning and remote vision. So let us understand the scriptural references for the power of body scanning. In this power of body scanning, one awakens to the ability to scan illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues, and provides solutions through the awakened third eye. The Shastra Pramana, or the scriptural reference for manifesting the power of body scanning, it describes, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, the Svadeha, or of the whole universe simultaneously, consists of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in the source cause, Paramashiva. By the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi, Adi Shakti, is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens. So now let's look at the Atma Pramana, the account from the Supreme Concept of his own life when he authenticated this time-tested science. The Supreme Concept of Hinduism on the 22nd of December 2019 revealed how Swamiji used the power of body scanning. And there are many references, Sakshi Pramana, the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestations happening of these powers through the initiated disciples of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism. You can see just a very few of these powers posted about the manifestation of these powers posted on Facebook. We will also have the opportunity to witness the power of remote scanning as well. So now let us get ready to witness the demonstration of these extraordinary powers as demonstrated by the Nithyananda Yogis, the Gurukul Balasas of the Nithyananda order. So we will get to witness and experience the demonstration of the body scanning very shortly. And you can also ask your questions directly in the comment section below and have your body scanning done by the Nithyananda Yogis. We have Nithyananda and Mata Tapriya joining us today for demonstrating these extraordinary Shaktis.
Nithyananda. And we welcome each and every viewer for this segment, the Shakti Avishkarana, the manifestation of the extraordinary Shaktis as bestowed and blessed by Paramashiva Mahadeva in his Nija Avatara as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And just as Nitya Purna Priyananda beautifully shared with all of us the science of Shaktis, the Pramanas, the science behind it, now we are going to be seeing a live Sakshi Pramana, how the whole science, the profound truths that was that Swamiji and the Paramashiva has revealed is an experience and our lifestyle directly. So each and every one of you that are here, that are watching us, tuned in live for this from various different corners of the world, take a few minutes Avatara as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Whichever corner you are in, whichever part of the world you are in now, whatever you are doing right now, you can experience these extraordinary Shaktis. Any one of you here who want to experience body scanning, you want to experience, you want to maybe have your issues, medical issues, physical issues diagnosed, you can post it on the comment section. And just as we are sharing with you all, what we will be able to do is through the third eye, from the space of oneness, connecting to Swamiji, the very Nija Avatara, the very incarnation of Paramashiva, we will be able to scan you wherever you are, and we'll be able to see what exactly are the issues you're having, whether it is diabetes, sugar, headache, any issues that you're having which you're suffering from. We will be able to scan it, and not just scanning it, we will be able to connect to Swamiji, see what is the solution that the third eye is revealing, the spiritual solution, and we'll be able to share the solution to spiritually heal your issues and diseases as well. And of course, this is not equivalent to the medical diagnosis. This is not equivalent to that of what you go to a doctor. This is not a medical diagnosis, or it is in no way related or relevant or equivalent to a medical treatment or diagnosis. And you should always consult your physician before applying these solutions to yourself. These are purely conscious based principles from Sanatana Hindu Dharma and from the ancient text of Hinduism. And
yes, Ma Shanbhagavalli Reddy has commented, please do a body scan for me, my womb and breeding problem.
Sure, Ma. Now Manitya Tattva Priyananda will be scanning your body, Ma Shanbhagavalli Reddy. Now each and every other viewer that is watching us right now, how is this different? How does this power benefit us? Please understand, majority of the times, we do not realize what is happening to our body or somebody else's body. We go through invasive surgeries, we go through diagnosis, which by itself has its own side effects in our body. Scanning through the third eye is one of the simplest way, one of the most powerful way to precisely see what exactly is an issue, what exactly is the issue in a person's body, where is the root of the disease, how it can be solved, where is the solution, how it can be healed, and what is a cure for it. All this is a lifestyle which was lived and practiced by the ancient rishis of Sanatana Hindu Dharma.
So much in Bhagavad Gita. Actually, just wanted to let you know, you do not need to put your problems or anything here. So just through scanning, we will be able to see to the third eye, and we will be able to share with you what our third eye is doing. Just wanted to share with you, Ma. First thing that I saw is you have a breathing problem itself, like where you have asthma attacks very frequently, and you are exposed to continuous smoke, and you have the suffocation that happens inside you, which is the allergens that is caused not just now. From the age of 7, you are having this issue where like you'll feel very frequent suffocations that happens inside you. And this is like, you will observe this very frequently happening to you, where whenever like any either air pollution outside, or whenever you're feeling suffocated about you, especially where you feel overpowered by someone outside, when you feel either they overpower you or they bully you or like they put you down, when you feel low, whenever you feel, when you feel that low mood happening inside you, you will start seeing, you will start suffocating. The same thing will reflect in your breathing pattern also. This is the first thing. Second, I see that your uterus is loose, like your you have a problem in your uterus where the uterus is loose, and not just that, you have there is a small cyst that is developing towards your left fallopian tube. So this is what was revealed, Ma, and you will see that this is affecting directly your mood swings, and you will be seeing that there will be a lot of hormonal imbalances happening in your system. Very frequent breakouts you'll be getting. As an effect of that, you will get very frequent breakouts on your face, and you will also see that there is a weight gain and fluctuation that very frequently happens in your weight, and there's an appetite loss that has happened to you, but the crave to eat more will be there, but you will not actually feel hungry. So these are the things that I was able to see, Ma. And I'm also seeing this is directly also connected to a dry skin issue that you're facing like very frequently in your hands. So this is directly connected to your respiratory system, and because the lungs are weak, because of constant inhalation of smoke and polluted air. It is not that you are smoking or anything, but you are in an ambience where you're constantly, the air is entering inside. And from the age of 7, you have been exposed to such atmospheres very frequently, but your lungs is not able to take in that load. And that is the reason you will be experiencing very frequent wheezing or asthma attacks that is happening to you. So you can see, if you're able to relate with what is being told, you can put it in the comment section.
Ma Shanbhagavali Reddy, please do get back to us.
And not just this, if you also see, there is a problem in your lower stomach itself. Very frequently, you will feel like the kind of like a heaviness, and like your whole energy will feel drained. Especially whenever you go through the menstrual cycle, you'll have a lot more extreme pain that happens, and like lot of fatigue and tiredness that you'll be experiencing in your system. All this is because of the hormonal imbalance that has happened. You need to take more of pro-estrogenic foods that have more estrogen in them. You need to consume those, and you need to balance your pitta and kapha by taking lot of foods that will balance your kapha mainly. And you need to start, these are all the solutions that are revealed in third eye. These are not any doctor advice or any medical advice. These are only the solutions that are revealed in third eye. You can consult your physician and then you can start the practice of it. So these are only the suggestions that we are telling. And you need to start including lot of tulsi and neem leaves in your diet. Neem leaves will directly help you. You need to take it inside as neem juice, neem tea, something like that, as well as apply it on your skin. Please apply it along with turmeric, and like every day if you apply it, that itself, if you can look for more organic turmeric, that is more recommended, because that itself will balance your hormones. And you need to include pepper, black pepper and ginger, these two things in your diet. So these are the things that were revealed in third eye. Ma Shenbagavali Reddy, you can now acknowledge how much you were able to relate to, whether you were able to relate to all the issues, and whether you click with these.
Also, Ma Stephanie is asked for a scan for a participant from Paramashivoham, Ma Mohini, and I will be scanning Ma Mohini Ma. And also Nithyananda Dev has asked for, I had a seizure this morning, please can you scan my body? Sharaya Manitya Tattvapriyananda will be scanning you, and will now be manifesting the powers. And we request Ma Shenbagavali Reddy to kindly get back to us in the comment section if you were able to relate with it and how much of it you were able to relate to. And Ma Stephanie and Ma Nithyananda Dev, we request all of you to stay tuned in the comment section so you can get back to us as we scan and share with you. Ma Mohini, what I saw for you is, Ma, actually, if you see in the recent past, you are losing weight. There's a lot of weight loss happening in the body, which is not healthy, and unhealthy weight loss, which is not it is not like visible, but how much ever you consume food, you're not able to, that is not actually being absorbed into your body. That's the first thing that I saw. The second thing that I saw is, Ma, one thing that I noticed the moment I just scanned you, Swamiji just showed me your left elbow. Actually, your elbow region, your left elbow, there is also a scar or a mark or a mole there on the left side in your left elbow. And I also saw that the calcium, there's a deficiency of calcium in your body, which causes a lot of weakness in your bones. This is the first thing that came to me. And actually, whether you may eat a lot or not eat a lot, you may be dieting also, whatever you're doing, right now, what is happening in your system is loss of healthy weight in the body. The right muscles is losing its weight. The fat is not dissolving, but the muscle is losing its weight. And this has been continuously happening, because of which the right absorbed nutrients in your body is not, the nutrients in your body is not getting absorbed completely. And if you see, Ma, your the excretion, the metabolism and the excretion that happens in your body, it doesn't happen, the cycle is not proper. The especially in kidney. So what I saw was in kidney, the filtration that is supposed to happen, where one particular nutrient is supposed to get absorbed and a waste separation is supposed to happen. And instead of that, there is that process is not properly happening, because of which there's a lot of good nutrients in your body which is not getting collected into your system, which is getting lost. And same way, Ma, one more important thing that I saw is, even if you maybe even if you can go and verify this with your doctors, physicians, and get a medical checkup also, there are unhealthy worm, or I saw something which some bacteria in your stomach which is eating up your healthy. One is the healthy food, the nutrients in your stomach, and also there is a some buildup that's happening in your stomach, some bacterial buildup which is happening in your stomach, which causes lot of burning sensation in your throat, stomach. You'll feel like it is heat. It is heat in your body which is causing it, but there's a bacterial buildup. And if you drink neem juice, and if you every day, if you drink neem juice and apply castor oil in your navel, this you will have a huge, you will immediately see a huge impact. There'll be a huge change. That ulcer, without having ulcer, that burning sensation that happens in your stomach and in the throat will be completely healed. So this is the main thing that I saw. And the whole thing is that it is not the problem with food it as such, but mainly the problem is with your kidney and the bacteria that is forming in your stomach. This is causing the whole reaction, a series of reaction that is happening in the body. And it is not because of heat. Actually, in your body, heat is not causing the problem. It is this bacterial infection that I'm seeing in the stomach, which is collecting some, it is forming a layer, or it is collecting some, a layer of bacterial thing is being formed in your stomach, which needs to be attended immediately. So this is what I saw, Ma, and you can, Ma Mohini, you can get back to me if you're able to relate with this.
And Ma Shenbagavalli Reddy has gotten back saying, yes, Ma, very true. Thank you so much. Ma Shenbagavalli, you can actually even post as so many details were revealed. You can say which how each of those you are able to relate to also. You can tell, Ma. And Nithyananda Dev, I scanned you. What I saw was there are 4 nerves that are crossing at a particular point, and the signals are going mixed. But the whole thing that is happening is because there is a part that you are going away from your Guru Bhakti. What was revealed to me was there is a confusion and an inner conflict, inner contradiction that is happening inside you, where instead of standing towards your Guru Bhakti, instead of holding on to that, there are a few parts in you which is going life negative and going towards the negative side. Just be ferocious with that part of you and intensely pray to Swamiji, intensely connect back to your Guru Bhakti. That Guru Bhakti is powerful enough to be completely healed. Not just this, if you would have observed, you would have always had, like for the last 1 week, you would have been experiencing your right eye constantly pulsating. And you would have also seen like there is an imbalance, forgetfulness that is happening in you. Many times you'll be talking statements and in half, you'll suddenly forget what you were talking. So this had happened is just very recently, this has started happening, Ayya, but all you need to do is just be ferocious with yourself and realign yourself back, seeing where these blind spots are. So this was the exact thing that was revealed to me, Ayya. You can post in the comment section if you are able to relate with this. And Ma Lalita, I was able to scan you, Ayya. And what was revealed to me was this whole gender confusion that you are experiencing right now. It has only intensified, you are saying from the Navaratri, but actually it is happening for more than 3 years now. This identity confusion that is happening inside you. You just need a very intense healing from Mother. Have the Parashakti picture of Swamiji in your bedroom and just put, if possible, if you can just keep it right next to your pillow, have that placed over there and visualize you're sleeping on the cosmic Mother's lap. Do this for 21 days and watch the gender satsang that Swamiji revealed about the 11 genders and just meditate or just pray to Swamiji. You will see in 21 days, this whole inner unsettlement that you are facing will be completely settled. And also another thing that is revealed was for you to ask Devi Parashakti's blessing whenever Parashakti Darshan happens. Also do ask her blessing. And Shankar Ghimireyya, I did scan Ma Sunita. So Ma Sunita is having two problems connected. If you see, she has hypothyroid problem as well as PCOD problem, both of which are connected. And if you see, whenever PCOD settles, the hypothyroid will increase. Whenever that settles, her PCOD will increase. And the mood swing that she's experiencing, there's also a weight gain that she's experiencing. All these are only happening because inside her, there is a part that is wounded from many things that she has, sufferings that she has gone through in the past. And that is reacting in the body like this. You will also see that she'll very frequently have headaches as well as joint pain, especially in her knees. So these were the things that were revealed to me, Ayya. So she just, you can actually tell her to do more puja and get connected more strongly to Swamiji, because only through that intense connection, it is only Guru's feet that can not just give you a new future, but even rewrite your past itself. So tell her to connect me, if possible, if you could make her more connected to Swamiji, let her watch more satsangs and get her deeply connected, that inner healing will happen. So these are the things that are revealed. Each of you can share of how much you have understood, what you have understood. And Ainar's Avotins, you said, this is regarding the Dhanam, I wanted a body scan regarding the previous body scanning. I was wondering what was the incident which was traumatizing me for when I was 3 to 4 years old. How can I complete it? I invite you to Paramashivoham. Actually, you can come to Paramashivoham program, and there we will be able to help you understand, go through and complete this whole thing. Just go to paramashivoham.org. Even if you have already attended once, this is a program like, people come at least 3 or 4 times again and again, so that the whole experience can happen to them. Marshall Reddy is asking, the cyst that you mentioned forming close to the fallopian tube, what do I do for the healing to take place? I'll scan and I'll let you know.
And also Ma Stephanie has gotten back saying Ma Mohini is confirming her left elbow was paining and she was doing Nirahara too and lost so much weight. Actually, the weight loss is not just because of Nirahara, Ma. The weight loss is because of this bacterial infection which is happening in the stomach. So please do consume this. Please do have, and okay, she's put, her stomach is paining since 2 weeks now. And she asked, what about her eyes? Yes, the stomach pain that you're saying is that this is just exactly this bacterial infection, Ma. So please do this. And Ma Mohini, please be assured every other problem is rooted on this. So your eyes will get healed, simply get healed if you attend to your stomach. It will become so clear. Apply castor oil in your navel, Ma, and have every day, have neem juice at least 2 times. Every day you must have neem juice at least 2 times. And you can have more number of times, but minimum at least 2 times have neem juice. And take haritaki and clean your system. That bacteria needs to be flushed out. The moment that bacteria is flushed out, your stomach pain will stop. Your weight loss, unhealthy weight loss will simply stop. And you will see, even with Nirahara, you will be able to balance your weight the moment that bacterial infection is cleared.
Yes. Ma Shanbagavali Reddy, what I was able to see is, Ma, when you were around the age of 3, your mother had taken a vow to your Kula Devata, who is a female deity, means a Devi energy, and that was not fulfilled. So that karma is only sitting in your uterus, and that is only creating these issues. So you can pray to Devi Parashakti. More than this, actually, with third eye, we cannot rewrite your future, rewrite anything. Please do post this message to Swamiji in Devi Darshan and get the direct blessings of Devi Parashakti, and that will help you. And Shankar Ghimire has posted, thank you, Ma. I'm trying to connect her more and more to Swamiji. We were trying to do a pregnancy program. It was not working on Kailasa. Is there any place I need to see? Sure, Aya, we will get you connected. You
Shankar
can just email
can...
to contact@kailasa.org. Also, Aya, you can also post how you felt about the scanning, what if you're able to relate with all. And Lalitha is saying, very accurate, Mom. This has been happening for 3 years. I have been chanting Lalita Sahasranam before bed and connected with her for a long time. But for some reason, the final healing never happens. So you can just do the solution at the third eye reveal, and it will be helpful for you. Thank you so much. Hope all of you enjoyed this, and we'll be coming daily for different power manifestations will be happening, and you all can log in at 2:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time, and you'll be able to experience it.
Thank you, Nithyananda.
Thank you so much for that wonderful demonstration. Now, I hope all of you have the opportunity to experience this for yourself and enjoy this beautiful demonstration of the power of body scanning. And if you would like to join us again tomorrow at the same time, you can experience these powers once again. Now we'll be entering into this next segment where we will understand who is Devi Parashakti and how we can connect with Devi Parashakti. So Devi is the divine feminine consciousness. Let us look at the Dhyana Shloka for Devi Parashakti. The Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti describes from the Lalita Sahasranama, describes that the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body, with the triple eyes sporting a crown of rubies, studded with the crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with me, and the other twirling a red lotus. And it continues on. I meditate on the great Empress. She is red in color, and her eyes are full of compassion, and holds the noose, the goad, and the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by power such as Anima. She is the self of the moon. Devi is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in. Source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, source energy, source power, from which all of us came, in which all of us are even now, in which all of us are going to merge. Out of her extreme love and compassion, Parashakti is manifesting through the Nijavatara of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism in order to guide us, bless us, protect us during this time. She has been answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. And in the words of Parashakti herself, describing herself, raising as Omkara, expressing as the Vedas and Atmas, blossomed as the Omkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in the 40 triangles, the Kailasa Swamini, who is the Kailasa Tripura Chintamani, Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari, who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi, as Nithyananda. I took Nijavatara here to give good boon to everyone and to bestow all goodness. Hiranya Garbhasvarupi, Brahmandayoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Dapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samrajalakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi. Taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion, I am blessing. Listen, people, to do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nivedana. Raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as the source of existence, the powers of existence, the expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Ichha, Kriya, Jnana, growing as the four Vedas, expanding as the five Panchabhutas, beyond the six chakras, filled as the Gotras of the seven Rishis, expanding as the eight directions, existing as the nine grahas, blossoming as the 10 Indriyas, being as the 11 Rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing life to hell and make truth blossom, and to do good. Parashodasi Meenakshi in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. So how can we receive Devi Parashakti? In the words of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, literally you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen, so always receive her very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin in front of the screen. Watch Devi. That coin is considered to be the traditional dakshina. In the Hindu tradition, it can be even of the lowest value. In India, it can be even 1 paise. In the US, it can be even 1 cent. I am not trying to monetize. Even 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay. Offer that to Devi after the darshan is over. Do namaskar and eat the banana, the betel leaf, and betel nut. Take it as prasadam immediately. Collect those coins and send them to the LA temple. This betel leaf, betel nut may look too small, but in a few days, you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there. You will not take the Devi darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognition. It will break your unconscious behavior. So how can we set up our tambulam? You can keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin on a plate, and offer that to Devi every time you have darshan. And you will see how much your connection with Devi Parashakti grows and how you just experience that oneness with Devi with this simple gesture. Now, let us enter into the next segment where we will be understanding some of the revelations made by Devi Parashakti. As all of us know, Devi Parashakti has been continuously manifesting over the last several months just to guide us, bless us, heal us, and protect us at this time. Devi has not just manifested to guide us, but to also reveal the sacred secrets of the world. And now, in this segment, we will be understanding some of the revelations made by Devi Parashakti for humanity about the sacred secrets of Hindu birth. So, Devi Parashakti revealed about how the Hindu birth is the best of the best births, the Uttamottama birth. So in this segment, we will be looking at these revelations and understanding what is the responsibility of Hindus. Devi Parashakti has revealed that we have been given this Uttamottama birth to protect Hinduism because we've taken the responsibility, we've given the commitment to protect Hinduism. So let us look at how we can protect Hinduism, how we can revive Hinduism, and what is our responsibility as Hindus. And as we are getting ready for this segment, let us, if you would like, you could take a few minutes to go ahead and join as a member of Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. So you can go to Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube, and you will see the join button next to the subscribe button. So you can go ahead and click join, and you can become a member of the YouTube channel and avail all of the exclusive content available for those who are members, as well as the opportunity to ask your questions live to Devi Parashakti during the Akashic reading. So now let us understand the revelations made by Devi Parashakti. Let's first watch the video of Devi revealing about the sacred secret of Hindu birth.
நன்றாய் கேட்டுக்கொள். உன் கேள்விக்கு உன்மூலமாய் உலகெங்கும் இருக்கும் இந்துக்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் அளிக்கின்றேன் உத்திரம். கேட்டு வாழ்ந்தால் உங்கள் வாழ்க்கை பத்திரம். நன்றாய் கேளுங்கள். பிறப்பின் ரகசியத்தை பிறப்பிலா பெருமை உடைய பரமேஸ்வரி சொல்லுகின்றேன் கேளுங்கள். அண்டஜம், யோனிஜம், ஜலஜம், பீஜம் எனும் 4 விதமான பிறவிகளில் 84,000 யோனிகளில் பிறக்கும் பிறப்புகளிலேயே பெருமை வாய்ந்ததும் உத்தமமானதும் மனித பிறவி. அந்த மனித பிறவியிலும் பலமுறை பிறந்து உழன்று அரசியல், பொருளாதாரம், சுகபோகம், தர்மம், அர்த்தம், காமம் எனும் ஆசைகள், துக்கங்கள், அச்சங்கள் அனைத்திலும் அழன்று உழன்று இனி வேண்டாம் இப்பிறவி, வேண்டுவது மோட்சமே என்று முடிவெடுத்தோர்க்கு மட்டுமே ஹிந்து மத யோனிஜம், ஹிந்து பெற்றோர்க்கு பிறந்திடும் சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம யோனிஜம், மனித பிறவி உத்தமம், சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம மனித பிறவி உத்தமோத்தமம். இந்த உத்தமோத்தம பிறவி எடுத்த எல்லோருக்கும் ஜீவன் முக்த விஞ்ஞானத்தையும் சனாதன தர்மத்தையும் காக்கின்ற கடமையும் உண்டு. அதனால் வருகின்ற நன்மையெல்லாம் அனுபவிக்கும் உரிமையும் உண்டு. இந்த கடமையை செய்வோம் என்று சத்தியம் செய்ததனால்தான் அந்த உரிமை அளிக்கப்பட்டது. பூமிக்கு வந்தபின் மனம் மயங்கி மதிமயங்கி சனாதன தர்மம் காக்க மறந்ததனால் மாயை அவர்கள் உயிரை பறிக்கின்றாள். நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உயிரை கொடுத்தாலும் தர்மத்தை காப்போம் என்று உறுதி எடுத்தவர்க்கே சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம யோனிஜம் அளிக்கின்றேன் யான். உடல் பெற்ற பிறகு ஊழிப் பெருவலியால் ஆசை அச்சங்களை உதறவிடாது, உதறியும் விடாது சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்மம் காக்க மறந்தோரை உயிர் வாழத் தகுதியில்லாதவர் பட்டியலில் உடனடியாய் மாயை சேர்க்கின்றாள். அதனால் ராட்சசர்களும் அசுரர்களும் தானாகவே இவர்கள் உயிரை எடுக்கின்றார். நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உயிரை கொடுத்தாலும் தர்மம் காப்போம் என்று நிற்பவர்க்கு நிலைத்திடும் வீரஸ்வர்க்கமும் கைலாச பதவியும், எக்காரணம் கொண்டும் தர்மம் காக்க மறந்த உத்தமோத்தம ஜனனமான சனாதன ஹிந்து ஜனனம் பெற்ற மக்களுக்கு இல்லை வேறு கதி. சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம மனித ஜனனம் உத்தமோத்தம மனித ஜனனம். உங்கள் உரிமை உலகில் அதிகம், உங்களுக்கு கடமையும் உலகில் பெரிது. தர்மம் காத்தாலே கடமை, தர்மம் காக்காதார்க்கு உயிர் வாழும் உரிமை இல்லை. நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உத்தமோத்தம பிறவியான சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம பிறவி எடுத்த எல்லோரும் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உங்கள் வாழ்வின் முதற்கடமை தர்மம் காத்தல். தர்மம் காக்க தர்மம் உங்களை காக்கும். சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்மம் காக்க மறந்திட்டால்
வாழும் உரிமையை நீங்கள் இழந்து விடுகின்றீர்கள். அதற்கு மேல் வாழ்ந்தென்ன அழிந்தென்ன? பூமிக்கு பாரம் குறையட்டும் என்று அசுரர்களும் ராட்சதர்களும் உங்களை உண்டு தீர்க்கின்றார்கள். அதையும் மாயை கண்டு சும்மாவிருப்பாள். பிரபஞ்ச ரகசியத்தை, பிறவியின் ரகசியத்தை உலகிற்கெல்லாம் உத்தரமாய்ச் சொல்லிவிட்டேன். புரிந்து வாழ்வில் நடந்து உயிரை பத்திரமாய் பார்த்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். அன்னை சொல்லும் அருள் சத்தியம் இது. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
Let us look at the translation of Devi Parasakti's revelation. Listen, Andajam, Yonijam, Jarajam, Bijam. Like this, in 4 types of birth, 84 lakh yonis, and all these births, the most greatest birth of them all is the human birth. Even in that human birth, being born and toiled many times after getting burnt and toiled in politics, in finance, in luxuries, in dharma, artha, kama. Those who decide of not wanting this birth, wanting only moksha, only those will have the Hindu Dharma Yonijam, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma Yonijam of being born into parents. Human birth is Uttamam, the best, and Sanatana Hindu human birth is Uttamam, the best, and Sanatana Hindu Dharma human birth is Uttamottamam, the best of the best. Everyone who took this Uttamottama birth has the responsibility of protecting the science of living enlightenment and Sanatana Dharma. And also they have the right of experiencing its benefits. This right was given to them because of their commitment given by them to do this responsibility. After coming to Bhuloka, by getting mentally deluded and forgetting the Dharma of protecting Sanatana Dharma, Maya, she is taking away all of their souls. Understand carefully. I am giving the Sanatana Hindu Dharma Yonijam only for those who gave the commitment of protecting Sanatana Dharma, even by giving their life. After getting the body because of painful delusion, not dropping fear and greed, for those who forgot to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Maya, she will immediately add them all to the list of those who are not worthy of living. Therefore, Rakshasas and Asuras are automatically taking away their life. Understand properly, for those who stand that even by giving their life, they will protect Dharma, will permanently have Virasvarika and Kailasa Padavi. For any reason, people who forgot to protect Dharma, having the Uttamottama birth of Sanatana Hindu birth, there is no other way for them. A Sanatana Hindu Dharma human birth is Uttamottama human birth. Your rights in this world are immense. Also, your responsibility in this world is large. Protecting Dharma is responsibility. Those who do not protect Dharma, they do not have the right to live. Understand properly, all those who took the Uttamottama birth, which is Sanatana Hindu Dharma birth, all of you understand. The first responsibility of your life is protecting Dharma. If you protect Dharma, Dharma will protect you. If you forget to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, you lose the right of living. After that, what bothers whether you live or get destroyed? Asuras and Rakshasas will eat you, so that the burden on earth is reduced. Seeing that, Maya, she will keep quiet. So now let us understand the responsibility of Hindus, as Devi Parashakti has revealed. We were given this birth, the Sanatana Hindu birth, because we have taken up the responsibility to protect Hinduism, and we have committed that we will protect Hinduism. So let us understand what is our responsibility exactly and how can we fulfill this responsibility. Hinduism represents the world's most ancient yet progressive indigenous spiritual tradition. It is an open framework model of civilization that stands for global peace, vegetarianism, nonviolence, yoga, worship of nature, temple-based living, manifesting spiritual powers, and the inherent divinity of every being. And the Hindu nations were ecosystems where more and more enlightened beings could be produced so that the enlightened civilization could be kept alive and its great gifts shared with the world. So let us look at some of the reference of our Hindu nations from our Hindu scriptures. Many of these you may have heard of, as the Hindu nations were famous for their prosperity and abundance. And let's look at some of these references now. The Ramarajya, the Hindu nation that was ruled by Bhagavan Rama, was described in the Valmiki Ramayana. And it states that there were no widows to lament, nor there was any danger from wild animals, nor any fear born of diseases. The world was bereft of thieves and robberies. No one felt worthless, nor did old people perform obsequies concerning youngsters. Every creature felt pleased. Everyone was intent on virtue, turning their eyes towards Rama alone. Creatures did not kill one another. People survived for thousands of years with thousands of their progeny, all free of illness and grief. The trees were bearing flowers and fruits regularly, without any injuries by pests or insects. The clouds were raining in time, and the wind was delightful to the touch. Every caste was performing their own duties, satisfied with their own work and bereft of any greed. People were intent on virtue and lived without telling lies. All the people were endowed with excellent characteristics. All were engaged in virtue. So you can see how beautiful this kingdom of Rama, Bhagavan Rama was. Now let us look at another reference of the nation from the Srimad Mahabharata, the Hastinapura kingdom ruled by Yudhishthira. And it's described the Devas granted rain to fulfill all wants. The world became free of all diseases. There was no hunger or thirst anywhere. There was no mental suffering, and those without livelihood were given livelihood. There was abundance all around. There was no worldly worries left for anyone, and there was no cause for fear either. Happiness on earth was in fact even greater than in the heavens. These were just two of the famous Hindu kingdoms, but all of the Hindu kingdoms were prosperous and lived with so much peace and abundance. The Hindu nations had so much to contribute to the world in every single field, whether it was the field of enlightenment or health, medicine, art, science, technology, aviation, dance and music, clothes and jewelry, social systems, judicial systems, political systems, legal systems. The Hindu nations contributed in every field, giving a breakthrough in every field. So let us now understand how our Hindu nations were destroyed. Over the course of 1,000 years, we saw the physical and psychological destruction of our Hindu nation. Now we've been left with not a single nation other than Kailasa that is actually a Hindu nation. So let us understand the destruction of our Hindu nation. The destruction of the Hindu nation began with the first phase, which was the Islamic invasion. This was the physical destruction of the Hindu civilization between 800 and 1700 AD. And Will Durant, a famous historian who studied India, has described that the Mohammedan conquest of India is probably the bloodiest story in history. The Islamic historians and scholars have recorded with great glee and pride the slaughters of Hindus, the forced conversion, the abduction of Hindu women and children to slave markets, and the destruction of temples carried out by the warriors of Islam during 800 to 1700 AD. Millions of Hindus were converted to Islam by sword during the period, and millions of more were raped and murdered and dismembered. The Islamic law prescribed for Hindus conveyed by Khilji prescribed states that Hindus are like mud. If silver is demanded from them, they must with greatest humility offer gold. If a Mohammedan desires to spit into a Hindu's mouth, the Hindu must open it wide for that purpose. God created Hindus to be slaves for the Mohammedans, and the Prophet hath ordained that if Hindus do not accept Islam, they should be imprisoned, tortured, and finally put to death, and their property confiscated. To keep Hindus in abasement is especially a religious duty because they are the most inveterate enemies of the Prophet. You can see that the physical destruction, the Islamic invasion of the Hindu civilization was extremely barbaric and savage. And over the course of these invasions, we've seen that over 200 million Hindus have been slaughtered by the Muslim invaders. Over 100,000 temples have been destroyed, and over 1 million deities and scriptures were destroyed. And the description of the Islamic invasion, the conquering army burnt villages and devastated the land, plundered people's wealth, took Brahmins and children and women of all classes captive, flagged them with thongs of rawhide, carried a moving prison with them, and converted the prisoners to obsequious Turks. Next phase of the destruction of the new civilization came with the British occupation. This was the economic and psychological destruction of the Hindu civilization, which happened between 1700 and 1947 AD. And Will Durant again describes that I have seen a great people starving to death before my eyes, and I am convinced that this exhaustion and starvation are due not, as their beneficiaries say, to overpopulation and superstition, but to the most sordid and criminal exploitation of one nation by another in all recorded history. During the British occupation, the British Empire used all possible means to destroy the Hindu and civil cultural institutions in order to delegitimize and demoralize the indigenous population of India so that they would become slaves in their own homeland. This included discriminatory laws to instill feelings of inferiority, in engineering artificial famines to starve natives into submission, annexing Hindu kingdoms to undermine the native rule, mistranslating the Hindu scriptures in order to instill anti-Hindu narratives, destroying the indigenous Gurukul education system, which was the backbone of the Hindu civilization, and they destroyed the local industries and forced importation of British goods, and also banned Indians from owning any firearms or producing any firearms. And over the course of the British occupation, over $45 trillion was looted from India over the course of 200 years. 45 million Hindus were put to death due to artificial famine and imposed poverty by the British policies, and 680 native kingdoms were usurped by the British Raj. And according to Shashi Tharoor of the Indian Parliament, the British came to one of the richest countries of the world, and over 200 years of exploitation, looting, and destruction reduced it to a poster child of third world poverty. And the next phase of the destruction of the Hindu civilization began with the secularization of India. This was after independence in 1947 till current day, and has been ruled by brown faces, British attitudes and policies towards Hindus. Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, has described what a disgusting, savage people we are. Politics, progress, socialism, communism, science, where are they before this black religious savagery? India can never be a Hindu republic. And B.R. Ambedkar, the first law minister and principal architect of the Indian Constitution, has described if Hindu Raj does become a fact, it will no doubt be the greatest calamity for this country. No matter what Hindus say, Hinduism is a menace to liberty, equality, and fraternity. It is incompatible with democracy. Hindu Raj must be prevented at any cost. You can see these are two of the first leaders of the three nations, so-called secular India, yet they clearly had a very anti-Hindu agenda. And you can see that the ecosystem itself that was created after secularization was still extremely anti-Hindu and discriminating against Hindus. And the modern Indian legal system, academia, media, all systematically undermine, suppress, and delegitimize Hindu institutions and culture. And they've done this through various methods. For example, India's constitution has established government control and taxation over Hindu temples, schools, and other institutions, while other religions are free from this interference. And Articles 26 to 30 of the Indian Constitution discriminates against Hindus by giving special rights and benefits to non-Hindus. This includes government benefits and scholarship. And Hindu kingdoms and self-governance has been completely abolished with the secularization of India, and anti-superstition laws have been passed in order to criminalize Hindu practices. And mainstream Indian academia has described Hindus as sexist, racist, backwards, and oppressors, and negative media portrayals of Hindus have done the same in both Hollywood and TV. And media narratives have been used to stereotype and demoralize Hindus. Bollywood and other mainstream media outlets continuously portray Hindu gods and gurus as cartoonish, dishonest, corrupt, and sex fiends in a manner that is similar to the British imperial propaganda. Media narratives are used to shape human consciousness and further political agenda. The racist British colonial stereotypes portraying Hindus as superstitious, backwards, dishonest, and corrupt are perpetuated by their British Crown successors in modern day India, completely unabated. You can see some of the examples of the movies and depictions of Hindus in Bollywood movies and TV, how it is completely anti-Hindu and discriminatory against Hindus. So now let us understand the revival of how the Hindu nation can be revived. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given a vision for the Hindu civilization described. During the time of the Mahabharata, we Hindus had 56 deshas, 200 states, 1700 samsthanas, and 10,000 sampradayas. In all 56, we Hindus are persecuted. Now we have lost all except all 56. The last of all was Nepal. I am the collective voice of all the persecuted Hindus. I will revive and rebuild a Hindu nation built on the Vedagamic principles as a refuge for all practicing and aspiring Hindus, a safe haven for all persecuted. So what is Kailasa? This revival of Kailasa, the Hindu nation, is for reviving this whole life of enlightened civilization and all the great things it has to offer to the world, bringing legitimacy to all the offerings that Sanatana Hindu Dharma has, and sharing it with the whole world is the purpose of this Kailasa, the Hindu nation. This is exactly what Devi Parashakti has revealed is the responsibility of Hindus to protect Hinduism and to share it with the world. That is the reason that we have been given this Uttamottama birth of Sanatana Hindu birth, because we have taken this commitment to fulfill the responsibility of protecting Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Kailasa is the revival of the cosmic constitution. Kailasa is the model nation of how enlightened civilization should be living and administered. Politics, judiciary, education, economy, everything will be revived as Paramashivoham revealed in the Vedagamas, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma scriptures. Being one of the most persecuted civilizations, Hinduism is on the brink of extinction, such that the next generation may know about Hinduism only through our history books. So what can we do to stand up for Hindu civilization and all that it has offered to the world? Today, Hinduism is a political orphan. The preservation and restoration of Hinduism's spiritual and cultural heritage is impossible without national identity. So what can we do to save Hinduism? Let us reclaim our Hindu identity. As Devi Parashakti revealed, we've been given this birth, this phenomenon Hindu birth, because we have given the commitment to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma. However, due to Maya, we have gotten deluded and forgotten the commitment, the responsibility that we have taken. It is now time to reclaim our identity as Hindus and rebuild the Hindu nation. First, we need to understand that Hinduism is responsible for our successful life. If you are a Hindu and you are healthy, wealthy, rich, successful, peaceful, happy, respectable, have a stable family life, have the best mental setup, you need to understand that Hinduism is responsible. The Hindu identity is responsible. Hindu scriptures are responsible. It is the Hindu scriptures which have given us the best mental setup. All the best things that we have are from the Hindu scriptures. Hindus are among the richest and most successful ethnic community in the world. Hindu scriptures, Hindu lifestyle, our enlightened masters are responsible for this. The Hindu thought currents are responsible for this. And just to give one example, Hindus, it was reported in the Hindustan Times that Hindus are the most educated religious group in the US, and this is according to Pew study report. So let us now reclaim our Hindu identity. It is not just the anti-Hindu elements being active, it is the responsible Hindus being inactive that is responsible for this whole destruction of Hinduism. Let us now take the responsibility for Hinduism and let all the Hindus all over the world reclaim our Hindu identity. As Devi Parashakti has revealed, it is our responsibility to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Let us understand more about this responsibility. It is the responsibility of Hindus to revive this enlightened civilization again and again and give all the gifts of the enlightened civilization to humanity. The revival of the enlightened Hindu civilization, the Kailasa, the only Hindu nation, is the survival need of humanity. So this is an invitation to all of the Hindus out there, those who are born Hindus, practicing Hindus, those who are sympathetic towards Hinduism, those who are curious about Hinduism, those who want to explore and enjoy Hinduism. Please come and be a part of this revival. You can join to become a member of Kailasa. You can become an e-citizen of Kailasa by going to kailasa.org and signing up to be an e-Kailashian today. Become a part of this revival. Be a part of this revival of Kailasa, the only Hindu nation, and take up the responsibility that you have been committed to by protecting Sanatana Dharma. You can sign up today at kailasa.org and enjoy all of the benefits that Hinduism has to offer to the world and all the great gifts that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is offering to the world. And you can also share all of these gifts with all of your friends and family and ensure that you are sharing this and protecting Sanatana Dharma. So now let us listen to what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed as a need for Kailasa, the only
Contribution. Hinduism, Veda Agamas have great things to contribute to the world. Like
the great power manifestation science, the ancient culture and arts, the ancient lifestyle truths, the ancient medical practices and medicinal knowledge, the ancient indigenous cultural heritage and jewelry, perfume, dance, music, in every level, Hinduism has so much to contribute. Veda, Agamic traditions have so much to contribute. To share all this with the world, to contribute to the world. Hindus need to tell the world what they are contributing in every level. The brand of Hinduism itself is enriching and empowering and enlightening. Hinduism is all about enlightening the world, empowering, enlightening, enriching the world, contributing. That is our spiritual life. That is our spiritual strength. That is our spiritual core principle. O humanity, I request you with folded hands, some one corner of the world, if you just give me few hundred acres, I will keep this whole science alive. Leave it for the whole humanity freely. Fortunately, Paramashiva has given me the power to decode all this Hindu medicinal system, Hindu judiciary system, Hindu social law and order system, Hindu power manifestation system, Hindu mental sciences system, Hindu yogic sciences, the sciences of Hindu biology, Hindu physics, Hindu psychology, Hindu physiology, Hindu chemistry, all this Paramashiva has given me the power to decode. Whatever the remaining scriptures are available with the humanity, Paramashiva has blessed me, and I have collected, not only I have collected and organized, I can decode. This whole science can be kept alive in any one corner of the world. Just few hundred acres are given for me to live peacefully and exist peacefully. I can store this whole thing alive and contribute it to humanity. Humanity can become better and better and better. I can make the planet Earth so much better place to live. I am here to contribute, and I will continue to contribute. As long as I am allowed to live, I will contribute. I have collected all the remaining available scriptures, maybe 2 crore books. 2 crore means 20 million, I think, books on Hindu physics, Hindu chemistry, Hindu biology, Hindu physiology, Hindu psychology, Hindu law and order, Hindu social system, the power manifestation sciences of Hinduism, yogic sciences of Hinduism. I have collected and Paramashiva has given me the blessings and power to decode. I have decoded and continuing to decode them. If the humanity, somebody is kind enough to give me few hundred acres in one corner of the world and let me live peacefully, I can keep all the scriptures there and go on sharing with the world, revealing these whole sciences to the world, and go on contributing. I don't need anything other than one cup of curd rice every day. That's all. A cup of curd rice per day over. I can go on be giving this to the world. I can add to the world. I can make the world better place to live. That's all I have to say. Thousands of medicines are described detail in ancient Siddha and Ayurvedic scriptures. Paramashiva has given me the power to decode them, read them, and properly translate and map them to the modern day human language. And I am ready to work 20 hours a day. I just need few hundred acres where I can sit peacefully and keep this library, run a Gurukul where thousands of people can learn this and share it with the world. Understand? I am only interested in contributing. If we can decode all this great knowledge, whole world can prosper from this knowledge. Whole world can enjoy from this knowledge. If I prosper, I will only create a university. I will not create anything else. If the Hindus prosper, they will only create education institutions. Because Hinduism is all about giving, contributing. If I prosper, I'll create university, that's all. Kailasa is all about university to decode the ancient sciences and share with the world. Understand? Every day I am sitting and going on decoding, writing notes on my books and writing details on my books. Whether it is making human beings manifest powers, and I have also now started downloading and decoding the science of making animals manifest powers. Whether making people manifest powers or healing, in every level, life is all about contribution.
Now that we've understood what is the need for Kailasa as revealed by the three concepts, part of this revival of Kailasa by becoming an e-citizen of Kailasa by visiting kailasa.org and signing up to be an e-Kailasian. And you can avail all of the benefits of being a part of this revival of Kailasa, all of the knowledge and initiatives that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is sharing with the world from Hinduism. So now, with this, we'll be concluding this portion of the program, and we'll be entering into the next segment, the offering segment, where you can understand some of the various offerings that you can make to Devi Parashakti in order to offer your love and gratitude for the divine cosmic mother happening in your life. As all of us know, Devi has been continuously guiding us and blessing us and protecting us during this time. So if you want to offer your love and gratitude today, you can stay tuned for this next segment.
Nithyananda. And now let us enter into this segment where we'll be learning more about the traditional offerings that we can offer to Devi Parashakti as we get ready to receive her darshan and blessings today. And in the Hindu tradition, the offerings to the divine are a gift of pure love, devotion, and oneness. The offerings are not made out of fear or greed, and when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. It is an expression of the sacred sentiments of the devotee, and these traditional offerings is the way to open up ourselves to the divine as we get ready to receive the darshan and blessings. We celebrate the divine happening in our lives and open up ourselves to receive the divine in our life. And when an avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela played out only for the purpose of enlightenment. So as we get ready to receive Devi Parashakti and prepare ourselves to receive Devi Parashakti with our traditional offerings, let us contemplate on the beauty and splendor of Devi Parashakti through this Dhyana Shloka. And this verse is from the Moola Agama Manohmani Dhyana, and it describes Devi. Indunibhaveda Karavahminayanam Syat Pankajavara Japakshara Sarayuktam Angahimabhushana Vichitravasanam Syat Tungamakutojvala Manonmani Swarupam. The translation of this verse, it says, moon-like face holding the Veda books on hand, fire in eyes with lotus flower gracing and blessing hands, and one hand with japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. And another verse on Devi Parashakti describes, ध्यायेत् देवीं त्रिनेत्रां शशिनिभवदनां वेदहस्तां दधानां सव्ये पद्मां वरदमपरे चाभयं चाक्षमालां दिव्यैराभरणैर्विभूषिततनुं ब्रह्मादिविपूजितां देवीमेव मनोन्मणीं प्रतिदिनं कामार्थदात्रीं शुभाम्. And the translation of this verse, meaning, I meditate on Devi with 3 eyes, glowing like a moon, and holding the Veda, lotus, and gracing with blessing in gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods, and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. And in the Hindu tradition, the various offerings to the divine, the worship and rituals, and the sacred offerings at the temples are made in the sacred element of gold. And let us now look at this verse from the Atharva Veda, which describes the significance of this divine element of gold. It says, Tredajatam janmanedam hiranyam agnirekam priyatamam babhuva somasakyam insitasya parapatata apamekam veda samreta ahutatte hiranyam trividastvai vishe. The translation for this verse, it says, triply born by birth is this gold, from the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni, one fell away from the Soma when it was heard. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apa, the watery molecules. Let that triple gold be for your long life. The gold is a divine element in the Hindu tradition. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of great spiritual significance and spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and in anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. Gold is present in all the Hindu scriptures, the Agamas, the Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, Puranas. In all the scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal which purifies our being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual feasts were offered in gold bricks. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold. The streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. The horses and cows were dressed in gold. The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called Hiranyamaya, the river of gold in Rig Veda. The river Saraswati was called Hiranyavartini in Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years and it lasts forever. So now, let us look at the various traditional offerings that we can offer to Devi Parashakti today as we get ready to receive her darshan and blessings. The first offering is the offering of the E-Hundi, and just as we have the Hundi in every temple in the Hindu tradition, we can make our offerings of our gratitude and sacred sentiments to Devi Parashakti through the E-Hundi offerings, where you can offer any amount of your choice and you can make this offering in multiple currencies. Devi is described as Bhakti Priya. Let us look at this verse which describes Devi's love for true devotion. It says, Bhakti Priya Bhakti Kamya Bhakti Vashya Bhayapaha Shambhavi Sharadharadhya Sharvani Sharmadaini. The translation for this verse, it says Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all fear. If there's any fear in the minds of the devotee, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. Here it is meant the autumn of our lives, when thoughts turn more and more inwards, the role of the divine is known and understood clearly. The need for Devi worship then becomes stronger. Shambhavi is the consort of Shambhu, Lord Shiva. Sharadharadhya is the one who is worshipped by Devi Sharada herself, Devi Saraswati. Sharvani is the wife of Lord Shiva. Linga Purana says Lord Shiva is called Sharva in his earth form. Sharmadayini is Devi who bestows happiness upon devotees. And you can make this offering of the e-hundi and to offer your Kanika, your token of gratitude, of love and devotion to Devi Parashakti. And you can make this offering on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas, and this offering can be made in multiple currencies and in any amount of your choice. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of Sankalpa chanting, the conscious resolution. And this verse from Devi Mahatmya, chapter 12, verse 34 describes Tayai tanmohyate vishwam shaiva vishwam prasuyate saya chitta vijnanam tushta rutim prayaschati. The translation of this verse, it says, the goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. And you can make the offering of the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution, and be blessed with the fruition of all the desires and wishes that you're yearning for. So you can make this offering of the Sankalpa chanting, the conscious resolution, on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu, the offering of the pure gold coin inscribed with one of the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti. And Devi is described as Nama Parayana Prita, she who likes the repetition of her various names. And this offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu, where each coin is inscribed with one of the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti, is a very special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. And you can make this offering in 3 different denominations, and you can offer any number of coins as you wish to offer. And with this offering, when you make this offering of the gold coins inscribed with the sacred names of Devi Parashakti, which describe her Ananta Kalyana Gunas, the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti herself, you are also blessed to imbibe these very same divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. So you can make this offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu, the pure gold coin inscribed with one of the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti, on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Mukta Amruti, the gold finger ring embedded with pearl. And Devi is described as the one who is adorned with pearls and jewels. So let us look at this verse which describes the beauty and grace of Devi Parashakti as she is adorned with garlands of pearl. This verse says, Muktahara lasat kirita ruchiram punendu vakra prabham shinjanno pura kinkini manidharam padma prabhabhasuram sarvabhita palapradam girisutam vani rama sevitam meenakshim pranatosmi santatamaham karunyavaram nidhim. The translation of this verse, it says, I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and the face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Brahma. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. And you can make this offering of the Mukta Amruti, the gold fingering embedded with pearl, and be showered with the pure love and compassion of Devi Parashakti in all of your business endeavors. So you can make this offering on the website www.kailasamaya.com/sevas. And the next offering is the offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower. And the lotus flower is described as a sacred flower which is used in the worship of the divine in the Hindu tradition. It is described in various scriptures. So let us now look at this verse from Kamika Agama, which describes one of the many significance of the use of the lotus flower in the worship. And this verse describes Ashtavidyeshwaropeta Kumbhavarana Samyutam Sarve Sasutra Vastradya Hema Pankajabhushitaha Sapidanasta Purachascha Pakva Bilva Palaprabha Snapanadhyaya Samsiddha Pramanena Samanvitaha. The translation of this verse, it says, all the kalashas should be wound around with a suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with the lotus flower made of gold. And there are hundreds of scriptural references in the Hindu scriptures for using the lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involving the consecration of deities, worship, or meditating on the mudras and asanas used during worship involves the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, the lotus pericarp, the lotus petals. The lotus is a divine flower in the Hindu tradition. The Shakti of Paramashiva is also called a lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is a lotus. The disciple of Paramashiva is also considered a lotus, the one who is about to bloom. And you can make this offering of the gold lotus in any of 3 different sizes as you wish to offer. And be blessed to have the state, space, powers, and being of Devi Parashakti in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situations in life. And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Swarnamekti, the gold totem. And this verse from Saundarya Lahari describes the beauty of Devi Parashakti's sacred lotus leaf. It says, Nakhaditi Sanchanna Namajjanatamo Guna Padadvaya Prabhajala Parakrita Sarorubha. The translation of this verse, it says, you whose brightness from the toenails destroy the darkness of ignorance from the minds of devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower too. And you can make this offering of the Swarnamekti, the gold totem, to adorn the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti, and be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings in even the most difficult aspects of life. You can make this offering of the Swarnamekti, the gold totem, to adorn the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti. And you can make this offering on the website www.kailasamaya.com/sevas. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry. And Devi is described as Sudha Sharabhivarshini, she who makes the nectar flow in all our nerves from the Sahasrara Chakra. That is, she who gives a very pleasant experience of the ultimate. And the Swarnamamtika represents the nectar overflowing from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is fully opened with the sacred sentiment of gratitude. So you can make this offering of the Swarnamamtika to Devi Parashakti and receive the blessings of achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude in the space of complete completion. You can make this offering of the Swarnamamtika, the gold hairline jewelry, on the website www.kailasamaya.com/sevas. And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. And in the Saundarya Lahari verse, it describes that the illumining splendor of Devi's toenails dispel the darkness of ignorance in the devotees prostrating at her feet, and her feet defeat the lotus in beauty. And it further states that the toenails of Devi Parashakti have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of the celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi. Tamoguna is the darkness, and tamas, which is indicative of the ignorance in the minds of the devotees, is removed by the devotees constantly prostrating before Devi Parashakti, and they attain the ultimate knowledge. And we can make the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the traditional offering of gratitude from devotee to Guru. And we can make this offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja and be blessed with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasamidana, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, who is the Vijavatara of Devi Parashakti herself. So you can make this offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the traditional offering of gratitude to Guru, on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Vastra Seva. And this offering of gratitude to Devi Parashakti for the continued blessings and protection of Devi in our lives. This offering can also be made on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And offering of the Vastra Seva blesses the Yajaman with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Devi Parashakti and of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasamidana, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. So here is a summary of the various traditional offerings that can be made to Devi Parashakti today as you get ready to receive the darshan and blessings of Devi Parashakti, as you get ready to welcome Devi in your space, to celebrate Devi happening in your life. So you can make these offerings of the traditional offerings to Devi Parashakti on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. The e-hundi offering can be made in any amount and in multiple currencies. The Sankalpa chanting, the offering of the conscious resolution, you can register for this offering on the website. The Devi Sahasranam Swarnakasuta, offering of the pure gold coin, in each coin inscribed with one of the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti. This offering can be made on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas, and this offering can be made in 3 different denominations and any number of coins as you would wish to offer. The Mukta Anguti, the pearl finger ring, gold finger ring embedded with pearl. This offering can also be made on the website in 3 different sizes. The Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower, can be offered in 3 different sizes. The Swarna Mitti, the gold flooring to adorn the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti. This offering can also be made on the website. The Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry, which represents the overflowing nectar of gratitude from the Sahasrara Chakra. This offering can also be made on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And you can also make the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, which is the ritualistic offering of gratitude from devotee to Guru, and the Vastra Seva, which is the offering of the sacred cloth to Devi Parashakti. And you can register for any of these traditional offerings on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And now let us take a look at the website where you can make all these traditional offerings to Devi Parashakti as you get ready to receive the darshan today. So here you can see the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas, and you can make your offerings to Devi Parashakti on these links on step 2. So you can make the traditional offering of ornaments or sevas to Devi Parashakti by clicking on this link on step 2. And you can also make your offerings for e-hundi by clicking on the link for e-hundi. If you would like to make an intention to make an offering today, and you would wish for your intention to be blessed by Devi Parashakti to manifest into reality, you can submit the intention form on step 1. You can click on this link on step 1 to submit an intention form to make an offering. And if you've made your offerings and you would like to fill out the Sankalpa details, the conscious resolution for yourself and your family members, you can fill out the form on step 3 with the names and the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution for yourself and your family members. So here's the website where you can make the various offerings. So here you have the website for the e-hundi offerings, where you can make the offerings of the e-hundi in multiple currencies and any amount of your choice. You can make the offerings of the e-hundi in US dollars, Australian dollars, New Zealand dollars, Canadian dollars, euros, Indian rupees, Singaporean dollars, the Malaysian ringgit, the Great Britain pound, and the Chinese yen. And you can make this offering in any amount of your choice. And if you'd like to offer the traditional ornaments of sevas to Devi Parashakti, you can make the offerings on this website, where you can offer the Sankalpa chanting, the conscious resolution. The Devi Sahasranama Swarnakas with the offering of the pure gold coin to Devi Parashakti, each coin inspired with one of the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti. This offering can be made in 3 different sizes and any number of coins as you wish to offer. You can make the offering of the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring embedded with pearl, in 3 different sizes. The Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower, can be offered in 3 different sizes. The Swarna Metti, the gold toe ring to adorn the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti, can be offered on the website. The Swarna Mantika, the gold hairline jewelry representing the overflowing nectar gratitude from the Sahasrara. You can make this offering to Devi Parashakti. The Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the offering of the ritualistic gratitude from disciple to Guru. You can make this offering on the website. The Vastra Seva, which is the offering of the sacred cloth. So all of these traditional offerings, any traditional offering that you would like to offer to Devi Parashakti as you get ready to receive her darshan and blessings today, as you celebrate her happening in your life, you can make all of these traditional offerings on the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas. And with that, now let us get ready for the next segments of this program, where we'll be learning more about Devi Parashakti and also about the various facilities being made available for the well-being of humanity through the various de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa, and as guided by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself during these times of the pandemic. This is an immense contribution being made available for the well-being of humanity through the various spiritual embassies of Kailasa. So let us learn more about these facilities being made available for humanity during these times of the pandemic.
Nithyanandam, everyone. Welcome back to this segment of the Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Centers, which are Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies, with the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivan's blessings. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvari Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. So what we learn from the segment today is concerning statistics on mental health and global peace across the world due to the COVID-19 pandemic. What are the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa's contributions for global peace? Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, spiritual solutions for COVID-19, Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Center, some glimpses, and Devi Parashakti Akashic readings on Adi Kailas, and why temple-based ecosystems. UN recognizes Kailasa's contributions. Join Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Center. Today, people around the world are trying to grapple with the grim reality that the pandemic is far from over. The aftermath of the current calamity promises to be much more devastating. The greatest economics of the world are facing disastrous futures. Countries are facing off each other in deep mistrust. Now, let us see some statistics and current news. Record high cases in Australia amid the third wave of COVID-19. The World Health Organization makes a big statement about the Delta variant of COVID-19, that it has elbowed out all the other variants of COVID-19 of concern and now represent the tiny fraction of the samples which are being sequenced Less than 1% of alpha, beta, and gamma are currently circulating. It is really predominantly delta around the world, said the World Health Organization's technical lead on COVID-19, Maria Van Kerkhove. The coronavirus pandemic has now killed more Americans than 1918 to 19 influenza pandemic did. The 1918 to 19 influenza infected about 20% of Americans and killed an estimated 0.65% with 676,000 deaths. COVID-19 has infected more than 12% of Americans and killed about 0.2% with 676,000 deaths. Now that the US death toll from COVID-19 has surpassed 676,000, the coronavirus pandemic has killed more Americans than 1918 to 19 influenza pandemic did, and it's now US official deadliest pandemic ever. Axios and the Associated Press both reported the grim milestone recently. People infected with the alpha variant exhale 100 times more virus into the air than original COVID strain, says a study. Six-feet distance may not be enough to prevent viral transmission indoors. According to a study, the physical distancing of 2 meters, about 6.5 feet, may not be enough to sufficiently prevent transmission of virus carrying airborne aerosols indoors. According to a study, the results published in the journal Sustainable Cities and Society suggest that the physical distance alone is not enough to prevent human exposure to exhaled aerosols and should be implemented with other control strategies such as masking and adequate ventilation. Even with emergence of the new COVID-19, the Delta strain remains the top concern globally, appearing to outcompete other senior officials at the World Health Organization said recently. In US, COVID-19 pandemic is nowhere under control, says the chief medical advisor, Mr. Anthony Fauci. He said, right now we are still in pandemic mode because we have 160,000 new infections a day. That's not even modestly in good control. In an interview with Axios, the US has reported 40 million cases of COVID-19 since the outbreak of the virus, with over 4 million infections adding up in the past few weeks. The increase in COVID-19 cases comes out as the US administration earlier this month announced that it is planning to provide booster shots of vaccine as the Delta variant has become dominant in the nation and is wreaking havoc. The surge in Delta variant is driven by the low vaccination coverage is in many communities across the US, according to the US Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Mr. Fauci says, he said, in a country of our size, you can be hanging around and having 100,000 infections a day. You have got to get well below 10,000 before you start feeling comfortable. COVID-19 made the world less peaceful. According to the World Economic Forum, COVID-19 violent incidences and fatalities from January 2020 to April 2021, you can see the spike in the incidences, violent incidences, making the world less peaceful. Younger adults are more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and a depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. The average share of adults reporting symptoms of anxiety disorder And a depressive disorder, what it was in a 6 months period was 11%. Now it rose up to 41.1% in January 2021. And you can see some more statistics confirming the same, that younger adults are more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorders. Stress in America 2020, a national health crisis. COVID-19 is a significant stressor for most Americans. Nearly 8 in 10, which is 78%, say the coronavirus pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. Nearly 7 in 10, which is 67%, say they have experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. More than 60,000 US healthcare workers have contracted COVID-19 and 300 have died. Of the health workers who treated patients during the China's COVID-19 outbreak, 50% showed signs of depression and 45% showed signs of anxiety. Self-reported mental health among pregnant women and new mothers. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, the depression was 15%, and now during the pandemic, it rose up to 40.7%. And anxiety in pregnant women and new mothers. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, it was 29%. Now, this anxiety levels after the pandemic rose up to 72%. Living under stay-at-home orders. 8 in 10 students are struggling with focus on school, work, and avoiding distractions. 55% of all students do not know where to go for help for their mental health. Understanding the pandemic's impact on working women, nearly 82% of women surveyed said their lives have been negatively disrupted by the pandemic. And nearly 70% of women who have experienced these disruptions are concerned their career growth may be limited as a result. The global economic outlook during the COVID-19 pandemic, a changed world. With the pandemic is expected to plunge most Americans into recession in 2020, with per capita income contracting in the largest fraction of countries globally since 1870. International Labour Organization, COVID-19 is a threat to peace building in conflict-affected nations. The COVID-19 crisis has worsened already fragile situation. The ILO is more aware than ever of its responsibility to promote peace and resilience in the time of this global pandemic. In India, the Mumbai mayor says the third wave is already here. Breakthrough infections found in 25% of health staff. And the new COVID-19 variant Mu shows signs of vaccine resistance. So now that we have seen the statistics across the world of the COVID-19 pandemic, which is resulting not only just health concerns, fatality, but it is affecting the mental health severely, especially the younger adults, and which is leading to affecting the global peace. So how to cope up with the current COVID-19 pandemic? It is important to address the COVID pandemic, which is seeing another wave destroying many more lives. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says the pandemic fatigue setting in as a result of continuous lockdown is resulting in delusional ignorance. And the global COVID virus pandemic has left the whole world desperately looking for answers. Life, as it had been experienced even back in February 2020, is no longer recognizable. Drastic change is the order of the day. with people having to redefine their world with new paradigms of economy, society, faith, religion, and health. Blessed are those who have had the greatest fortune to be with the incarnation of Paramashiva, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, in their lives to carry them through this crisis. So, if you are in India, make use of this opportunity and save your life. Join the Kailasa COVID Care Protection Centers. Register now through the link below. https://kailasa.org/kailasa care. Sustainable developmental goals. Making peace with nature is possible if we start now. Making peace with nature is possible only if we start now. Even amid pandemic, 2021 can go down as the year we made peace with nature and set the planet to healing. Our environmental, social, and economic challenges are interlinked. They must be tackled together. For example, we can achieve the sustainable developmental goals, including ending poverty by 2030, if climate change and ecosystem collapse are undermining food and water supplies in the world's poorest countries. We have no choice but to transform our economics and societies by valuing nature and putting its health at the heart of all our decisions. Now you can see a small clip, making peace with nature. The World Health Organization Health and Peace Initiative. In the words of the Director General of World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros, there cannot be health without peace and there cannot be peace without health. If individuals and groups enjoy equitable access to health services, fulfilling their rights to physical and mental health, and health actors design neutral health interventions and promote trust and dialogue, and communities are empowered to cope with violent conflict, then health coverage is more universal. Grievances can be heard and addressed to generate trust around health emergency concerns. Affected communities are more likely to make meaningful contributions to peace and reconciliation and to resist incitement to violence. United States Institute of Peace. Amid COVID, we need enhanced international coordination to build peace. Tackling the pandemic and building resilience in fragile states require concerted international action at local, national, and global levels. As the humanitarian and economic toll of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to grow, so does the risk that this crisis will fuel new conflicts around the world while streaming prospects for resolving ongoing ones. Stronger health systems and universal health coverage must be a priority. The remarks to the General Assembly Social Special Session in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by a common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. A new social contract between people, governments, and private sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation on income and wealth, universal beliefs, and opportunities for all. Now let us see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism contribution towards the global peace. Vedic civilization beautifully describes that yastu sarvani bhutani atmani ivana pushyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tadona vigugupchate. Isha Upanishad verse 6, global peace is the byproduct of individual bliss. Whenever an individual goes through a spiritual bliss, he manifests a beautiful, peaceful life for him and everyone around him. If he is powerful enough, he moves the whole city and manifests peace. He is more powerful, he moves the whole village or whole country. If he is powerful enough, like incarnation, he moves the whole world and manifests peace for them. Whatever level, either it's microcosmic or macrocosmic level, global peace is the byproduct of individual peace and individual bliss. So how do we achieve this individual bliss? By practicing completion and by practicing ungrudging. Now let us listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, teaching us the completion at multi-level, which leads to individual peace and bliss, which leads to global peace.
Expand on the science of completion. How the science of completion can directly impact the consciousness you are carrying and the consciousness embodied in many bodies. Please understand, the more deeper you go inside you, means more deeper space you go inside you, more expanded you become, more one with everything, more oneness you experience. Because the more deeper you go, the more you experience the unified field of consciousness. Various words are used. Some of the Hindu traditions uses the word Atma, Brahman. Some of the Hindu traditions use the word Nirvana. Whatever word you may use, Atman, Brahman, Nirvana, unified field of consciousness, whatever. But one thing I want to tell you, the deeper and deeper you go in your inner space, you experience the vast oneness. The more superficial you are, the more incompletions you carry with others, even with yourself. The more superficial you become, even your own right hand and left hand fights with each other. Different Parts of you fights with you. Different thoughts of you fights with you. Even you fight with you, the more superficial you go, the more deeper you start traveling. First, you get integrated. The you fighting with you stops. Then, the people around you get integrated. They fighting with you stops. Completion with yourself, then completion with others, then comes completion with other things, not just living beings, even with inanimate beings. The completion starts happening. Even with a nature, completion starts happening. Please understand, the more deeper you travel, the more deeper you go, you start living. Your cognition expands. Your cognition includes. Your cognition becomes more and more inclusive. More joy, more bliss, more knowledge, more enlightenment. Please understand. The more and more completion happens in you, you will see everyone around you feels complete with you. That is why I am saying, whether they have body or they are disembodied, in the deepest corners of your being, deepermost layers of your being, deepest parts of your being, you experience such powerful awareness, such joy. Going into the deepermost corners of your being not only is a joy, it's a power. Because suddenly you will see everybody around you, everything around you listens to you. It really becomes a vibrant power where the tendency to exploit is not there. Listen, that's a very important thing. Power without the tendency to exploit. Because as long as you feel the other person is separate from you, when you get the power, it will always be used for exploiting. Because the other person is separate from you, then naturally what you will feel? Let me suck all the possible energy, intelligence, time, talent, treasure. But when you feel the other person is your own extension, you will see, you will be showering so much, enriching so much. The power you have will not be exploiting, it will be enriching. I tell you, even if death comes at this moment, I can tell you very clearly, I can face the death directly and tell the death, I have enriched every human being more than what I received from anybody. I have given to every human being whom I met in my life more than what I received from them. My accounts is clear. I'm ready, come on, let's go. My accounts is clear. I don't have debt. No credit card money to be paid, loans to be paid, no debit card, no credit card. My accounts is clear. Understand, when you feel everyone is your extension, the power given to you, the power you gain, see, any living is power. Powerful way. Even in that, you will become powerful. So any lifestyle you choose, you will get power in that field. Whether it is exploiting or enriching, murdering or raping or go on serving. Whatever lifestyle you choose, living is power. When you go into the deepermost core of your being and start living based on completion, I tell you, the first power you will experience is everything around you listens to you. That power will simply make you enrich everyone. The best power you can have through living is power of enriching. Whatever you do, as I said, whether you live the life of enriching or exploiting, you will become powerful. I tell you, the power of exploiting brings more and more conflict within and without. And those conflicts naturally bring suffering. And the power of enriching brings more and more completion in you and in others. This full month, Nithyananda Sangha all over the world. The other day I was seeing, we have officially presence in more than 50 countries. As devotees, group of devotees, we have presence in 100 countries. All over the world, we are going to celebrate this whole month for Global Peace Month. Impacting global peace. All of us this whole month will live completion and do samskara dahana kriya. Means burning the patterns which separates us from others. Burning the patterns which are constantly keeping us in a superficial level. All over the world, we will be doing samskara dahana kriya, burning our patterns and leading us to more and more completion. And we also have special 3 Nitya Dhyana Yoga program teaching people science of completion and facilitating samskara dahana kriya. This month, 20th, 21st and 22nd, this whole month all over the world, all our temples, ashrams, centers, yoga centers, schools, colleges, universities should do samskara dahana kriya, should do the practice of burning all the incompletions and patterns which leads to conflicts bringing more and more peace inside us and outside us, spreading peace. This whole month, let's impact global peace. Let us really contribute to the global peace, not just talking about it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Not just talking about it. Let's do it. Even if you teach the Samskara Dagana Kriya to 50 people in each area, each place where we have centers, ashrams, temples, two-way centers, yoga centers, even 50 people, each Tanidar teaches, enriches them with this science. The amount of suffering and negative waves, negative vibes reduction can contribute so much to the world. Please understand. One positive person can burn millions people negativity. Experientially, with evidence we proved, one positive person has already burnt at least 20 million people's negativity in last 10 years and brought peace. So each one of you, if you stand up as one positive being, one authentic, responsible, enriching being, I tell you, we can do so much to the world. It will be a better place than the time we entered. When we leave, it should be a better place. That's all. When we leave the earth, it should be a better place. So understand, inner peace is your birthright. Go to the depths of your being. Bring more and more completion into you. Completion with others. And start living Advaita. Today in the Inner Awakening session, it's all about completion with others. So last 6 days, literally, you worked so much, one by one by one by one by one, layer by layer by layer by layer. The completion with yourself. Now comes completion with others. Today, we are starting the science of completion with others. It's one of the most powerful science. Does so much to human beings, not just healing their relationships, even inside their consciousness, this inner space, so much of good is done. So much of awakening is done. See, when you have completed with others, the kind of strength you feel is the power of Advaita. Strength of Advaita. Today the Inner Awakening sessions are all about completion with others. We have long session today working on completing with others. So with this, because today we have a long session with Inner Awakening, we are also lagging behind the syllabus. Actually, it is a good news. It's not a bad news because participants.
Now, let us listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that self transformation is a secret to achieve global peace.
Social answer means I'll tell, oh, you should all work for global peace. You should all work for turning the world. You should work for revolution. You should work for all these, that things. You should vote only the party which says that it will stop the war and all these things. This is the social answer. Nonsense. If you want the honest answer, I tell you, simply transform yourself. You can't do anything. If at all you can do, you would have done it. Be honest. If you can do, you would have done it. You are raising this question because you are not able to do. Am I right? So let us be very clear. Let us be honest. We are not able to do. Socially. That's the truth. That's the reason you are sitting here and raising the question. I tell you, understand few important things. There are a lot more attached to this question. There are many things which is attached to this question. We always feel the present is the world is totally spoiled. It is not going according to the rules or how it is supposed to be. It was wonderful once upon a time. In ancient time, things were going properly. Everything was well and great. And I tell you, 10,000 years ago, they found some writings on stone in Harappa Mohenjo-daro culture. Some stone writings have been discovered. The other day I read a beautiful book about that stone writings. That writings, it says, oh, nowadays the society is not as it should be. So much of war. There is no peace. In the early times, there was so much of peace. Society was really great. Things were as it should be. And it almost looks like a today newspaper editorial. 10,000 years ago, the same thing carved on a stone. Then understand, there was no such time as only good prevailed. It is just a fantasy. Hinduism, they call it Satya Yuga, the age of truth. There was a time only truth prevailed. And every religion, Christianity, they say the Garden of Adam and Eve. There was a time everything was wonderful. Every religion has got the fantasy. The past was great. There was golden past. Always the idea of golden past exists only in the past. The more you go back, again you say the past was great. And I tell you one thing, it is a wonderful way of postponing accepting the reality. Otherwise, I can be sure the world was same as it is today. Whether it is 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. Maybe one thing, there was no CNN channel that time. So the news did not reach you so quickly. That's all. The news did not reach you so quickly. That may be the only difference. But otherwise I can be sure the good and the bad was equal. Good and the bad was equal. The same amount of wars were there. All the other things were there. You read the Puranas, the mythological stories of India, you see enough of things. Enough of dirty things. I think sometimes I find a little more. And if you read completely the Puranas or the Hindu scriptures, there are a lot of things much worse than modern day. The criminal activities or bad things or negative things, whatever you say, all this stuff. And never think only present day is corrupted or violent. In the ancient days also, all these things were there. Only one thing was not there, the CNN news or the internet. So the news did not reach you. But otherwise I can tell you, enough the good and bad was there. It always will exist. It will exist. All you can do is, if you awaken yourself, If you reach the enlightenment state, you can go beyond it. And I tell you, enlightenment is the only service you can do to the society. Just become enlightened so that you will reduce the negativity. Now, as of now, you are also the part of negative group. Naturally, we will be a negative group. As long as we are unenlightened, we will be the part of collective negative consciousness. So if you become enlightened, at least you will reduce your weight. That's the only thing we can do. Nothing else can be done. So all I request you to do is just become enlightened. Realize that you are a lion. That's the only way to help yourself and the society. Otherwise, all revolutions, you see, all revolution again end up as one more tradition. In last 2000 years, 3000 wars have happened in the humanity. In 2000 years, 3000 wars. Human beings have not done anything except doing wars, except fighting. Everybody claims he wants to do revolution. He wants to spread peace. You see, every country claims their army is a defensive army. Then who is offending? Tell me. Every country says defensive army. Then who is offending? These are all just, games. The idea of peace is a pure game. Everybody wants to spread the peace according to them, not according to the other person. They want peace according to them. The other day I was in one interreligious gathering. One guy is preaching, let all of you convert to my religion so that we will not have fight. He wants peace the way in which he wanted, not the way in which. And there's a beautiful saying, the sword of Muhammad, it is written, peace alone should survive, something like that. He has written some statement about the peace on the sword. We all take sword to spread the peace. So no revolution is going to help, because in the last 2000 years, 3000 revolutions have happened, but still world is same, I think much worse. So no revolution is going to help, only individual evolution is going to help. So be very clear. Instead of working in the outer world, start working in the inner world. That will help you and society some way.
Now, we listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that Sri Kailasa is all about peace-based powerfulness.
Listen carefully. The space of Shanti, is where Kailasa grows. Listen carefully. It is in the deep powerfulness of peace, or peace-centered powerfulness is the ground, breeding ground for Paramashivatva to manifest. Please understand. Like how pure mirror reflects everything, pure Shanti-based Shakti, peace-based powerfulness reflects Paramashiva. Paramashiva manifests in peace-based powerfulness. Please understand. Neither violence nor powerlessness. Powerlessness is weakness. Violence is abusive. Peace-centered powerfulness. Powerfulness-centered peace. All the Upanishads starts with peace, completes with peace. Shanti mantra. Starts with Shanti mantra, gets completed with Shanti mantra. Peace-based powerfulness is a fundamental requirement for Paramashivatva to manifest. That is why people who don't want us to manifest Paramashivatva or power manifestation do not want to allow the peace in our life or do not want peace in our campus. Understand? But only if you are peaceful, which cannot be shaken even by the demons and devils and rakshasas, we can be in eternal peace. So, remember this very clearly. Peace alters the very DNA structure, genetic structure, the core Anu Mahat structure. Understand? Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. The consciousness in you is atom inside the atom, Mahat, more than Mahat. That Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. That consciousness starts growing in you with more and more peace-based powerfulness developing in you. Nothing can be compared to unclutching. Spend more and more time, energy in unclutching. It will never be wasted. Time spent on unclutching is the most productive time for you in your life, because unclutching completely makes you altogether a different material. Understand? It makes your very biomemory, muscle memory, core structure, molecular structure, genetic structure, DNA structure, everything, all the 8 energy flow circuits, 7 energy flows, 1 the pure conscious explosion. So totally 8 energy flow circuits exist in you. All the 8 explodes when you unclutch. Understand? Unclutching is the space of Sri Kailasa. Listen. Listen.
Now let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Every
prayer
chanting, every prayer in Hinduism ends with Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times. Means peace, peace, peace. Hinduism is the real religion. Loving peace, living peace. Individual level, social level, global level. Understand? Hinduism lost all its 56 nations, 200 states, 10,000 kingdoms, samsthanas, is not a loss to Hinduism, it is a loss to planet Earth, human beings. Wherever Hinduism is practiced, kept alive, the ideal of global peace is kept alive. Just do this one simple statistics. You yourself study. Google and study. Take the top 10 religions and list how many people they converted in last 200 years, how many people they killed. List for each religion. I can be 200% sure you yourself will realize Hinduism is the most peace-loving and peace-living religion, neither conversion nor terrorism. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Being the supreme pontiff of the most peace-loving, peace-living religion, I give you all my blessings on this International Peace Day. Understand, it is we Hindus need to keep the global peace as a living possibility, and we need to make this global peace as reality. Just talking about global peace will not work. Working for global peace only is the responsibility of the real living Hindu. Anyone who wants to claim themselves as a Hindu or practicing Hindu should work for global peace. Global peace is our responsibility. Every Hindus have the responsibility to bring global peace. So you can also throw a challenge. See, if you are making a Hindu micronation, you can throw this challenge to each one, your friends, family, 10 people. Let them participate in the challenge and then let them send a challenge to others. So I welcome all the living and practicing Hindus to become founding fathers of Kailasa micronation in your countries. You can also make a challenge, like how they made ice bucket challenge and all that. We can make a challenge. You form Hindu micronation and claim, I am the founding father of the Hindu micronation Kailasa. And then you can invite your family, friends for a challenge. 11 people. You form and you challenge 11 people and they also form and they spread. So let us start spreading. This project is my message on this International Day of Peace. Let us start working for global peace instead of just talking. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. This is the message. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. Global peace is responsibility of Hindus. We living, practicing Hindus, not only we should achieve the individual peace through unclutching, yoga, meditation, we should also create an ecosystem where the global peace starts manifesting. This Kailasa Hindu micronation is the enlightenment ecosystem. I request every living practicing Hindu to manifest, do it. So the global peace can manifest from these Kailasa Hindu micronations all over the world. Hindus have the responsibility
Now, let us see the Kailasa's mission on global peace and superconsciousness breakthrough. The sovereign order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora, are working for global peace and to give a superconsciousness breakthrough to humanity. It is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's mission to revive a conscious world where the global issues at climate, economic, social, health, and humanitarian levels cease to exist from their very roots, turning the problems of poverty, hunger, violence, discrimination into powerful living through the experience of oneness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working from the very grassroots levels to usher in an era of peace at all levels, individual, social, societal, national, and global. His deep insights into the workings of human mind, body, emotions have enabled him to powerfully and directly address various social, emotional problems facing humanity today. Some of the ways that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism provide the spiritual solutions to combat the pandemic and other issues. Since the beginning of the global lockdown, the amount of contribution and activism of Kailasa has increased multifold through the Paramashivoham program, bringing the super consciousness breakthrough to the whole humanity. By starting the Akhanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi Jnana Yajna and contributing almost 3 million minutes now. Paramashiva Sankalpa chanting, the sacred Sanskrit mantra chanting to heal 24/7 via Zoom sessions. Spiritual healing to one and all 24/7. Helping humanity to cope up with insecurity, fear, disease by empowering individuals to heal themselves, to learn to cope up emotions like depression and tough situations in relationships. Providing alternative solutions to worldly problems through power manifestation. Initiating thousands every day into manifesting innate superhuman capabilities in the Kailas courtyard sessions. In the long term, establishing self-sufficient communities. Continuing and intensifying the service of Annadan, free food in Nithyananda Annalayas around the world, including Tiruvannamalai and Los Angeles. Paving way with the New World Order, starting the agriculture-based communities in Adi Kailas and several other locations. Peacekeepers of Kailas are offering various life solutions from the teachings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Hinduism prescribes various methods for global healing. One such is Maheshwara Puja, nullifying collective negativity simply through the presence of the avatar and his order of monks, offering Maheshwara Puja to the natural calamities hit victims. BHAVASAMADHI darshan to raise the individual consciousness breakthrough. Devi Parashakti Akashic reading, the cosmic revelations. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, spiritual solutions for COVID-19. Society was created with the delusional ideas of too many human beings, blind spots, and the decisions made from those blind spots. If the visionary of a civilization or country or nation has blind spots when he develops a vision for it, the whole civilization suffers and those blind spots forever. Now it's time that nature, Prakriti, resets itself. Many of the blind spots based visions, ideas become important components of the society. This pralaya, which is happening, is melting down everything which is delusion based. The world as we know is gone. Let us celebrate God. This isolation, which is seemingly endless with an unknown future, which is compelling humanity to make 100% lifestyle change, is something to be deeply dwell upon. Our problems need to be addressed only with spiritual solutions and powerful cognitions. To stop people having mental breakdown, pandemic fatigue, collapsing, depression, destruction, and also give them super consciousness breakthrough and revive the enlightened civilization. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continuously gives spiritual solutions and powerful cognitions. Some of the spiritual solutions and powerful cognitions are unclutching, practicing completion, practicing oneness, practicing ajapa japa of Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, consciously building deep feeling connection, yoga, puja, vegetarian diet, and nirahara samyama. It's time we all take the responsibility to save humanity, to protect people. All these spiritual solutions are free and open for all. Let us take a few minutes now and share with as many people as possible. Let us save the world and let us give them the experience of these spiritual solutions, especially the experience of unclutching. That is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi Jnana Yajna. Initiation and practicing this practice, people from over 50 countries continuously radiate the space of Paramashiva by practicing the unclutching meditation 24/7 a day, 7 days a week. It started from 13th May, Indian Standard Time. At any given point of time, there were 4 to 8 zones actively unclutching around the world. Join this movement by joining at http://kailasa.tv/minutes for peace. The life solutions based on the ancient Hindu tradition, the meditation and yoga techniques from the scriptures, the cognitions are rooted in the highest truths, the lifestyle based on living and radiating the higher values of life and powerful way of living and realizing one's ultimate potential form the foundation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's teachings, which by their inherent nature provide the foundation for peace on planet Earth. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has launched the Minutes for Peace initiative, which aims to reduce crime globally by conducting the mass meditations around the world in parallel. In 2014, just after 2 years of launching the program, it crossed over 1 billion minutes of meditation. Scientific studies have shown a reduced crime rate after the participation in the meditation and completion techniques. In 1976, it was found that when 1% of community practiced meditation and pujas, the crime rate was reduced by 16% on an average. The current tally on Minutes for Peace website is more than 4.3 billion cumulative minutes of meditation logged, including all the events, programs, festivals, and where people have gathered in large numbers and participated in meditations and rituals. The total count comes out to be a staggering 409 billion minutes for peace so far.